Hey future animators, so one of the other things that is good to talk about while I have this file in particular open is doing the rooms and how to style things basically when you're working on this project. And I understand it's going to be open source and will perhaps be, used for different things, this technology, and it'll be up to people's discretion to kind of stylize things how they want. But for this, we were using it to collect data, and people were meant to kind of project themselves onto this figure, which is why they had different hair assets as well as an asset for religious headwear, which we chose the hijab for that. Yeah, and we really wanted them, we wanted the person to be able to kind of project themselves onto this person and the environment. So I drew a bedroom for this person when I was chosen to draw the bedroom asset, and the walls were blue, there were posters on the walls, they had a pet snake, and they had some other stuff. So I was told to neutralize it a bit more, and the bed is still colorful, but it has less, personality specific aspects than it did originally. The stars are there, there's different pillows, it's very cute, but, I consider, the stars and the stripes like that are just kind of, like, they're patterns, and they're fun, but I don't particularly know if they say anything about interests or anything like that. And as you can see, the bedroom has vastly changed, the posters and things are gone, and the walls are beige. And that can be something that happens when you're working in the project, as you work for a long time on something you're excited about and think is cool, but it does get nixed for the sake of the project, or you have to make something simpler or do things a different way, and that's okay, because it's part of the territory, and it's easy enough to do. It was certainly easy enough to kind of recolor things or recolor the bed. Taking away stuff is what's easy, and adding it is what's hard, basically. So, just a note, if you're stylizing, if you're making, spaces, that are indoors, if it's something belonging to the avatar, keep it neutral in, a way where, like, somebody could project their own personality or their own stuff. Keep it gender neutral, a little bit color neutral. As you can see with, if we go into our files and go to our intro, and that'll take a second to open, but there's all different kind of backgrounds in that one that are, there's the store, which we also kept the background for that pretty neutral. We kept it a similar kind of beige and showed the glasses, all about the store. But the point of a shopping mall, is that it has all different stores with different personalities. So when we get this file to open, which it may take a little bit, because, and that's the other thing, big files take a bit more effort on the part of your computer, especially this one has so many layers and everything and moving parts. But as you can see, if we zoom in, and I did go a bit into detail on how to do the, I believe I made a video on how to do the store backgrounds, and if I just look at my different captures, because these were all related, shot composition, yeah, I'm not sure if I ended up talking about it, but yeah, background animations. I did talk a bit about background animations, which you can see here, and I believe in this file, those are tweens. Like, if we go into the background one, you can see these big purple bars show that those things have been tweened, and that was certainly very helpful. But, yeah, if we look at these backgrounds, this is meant to be a makeup store, so there's makeup. It's a bit of a, reference to makeup stores that, might exist in the world. This is a clothing store. It has this kind of very flamboyant personality attached to it. if you go into a mall and actually look at all the different facades and, the typography on the stores and the aesthetics that they give off, it's all very different. So if you're drawing an environment like that, that isn't personal to the character, or it isn't somewhere like a court or somewhere very formal, you can get a bit imaginative. Basically just assign things whatever aesthetic is appropriate. For example, in the first scenario, the hit and run, we basically just have the character get into their car and leave, but, they were coming from the store, so perhaps if there had been a scene where they were leaving the store, that store could have had a certain aesthetic. It could have been like a Hannaford's or a Demouler's, or maybe it was, something like Walmart or something. Yeah. Like here we have a store that's for flannel and overalls and country stuff. And we have it's got this barn facade and kind of a wood texture going on. Where this is very feminine, girly, and it's like a bra store. So you can get, basically you can assign a lot of personality to some things, and it's just a matter of the discretion of your boss or you what personality you want to assign to things, because some, things can be bursting with personality, or have a lot going on, and some things can really just be more simpler, and knowing basically what, your boss exactly wants or what you should be achieving or thinking, ahead of time, it just saves you from maybe having to go back and edit things later, and it keeps, everyone's on the same page. You don't want to do more work than you have to. So, lessons learned and everything. So, that's just a spiel on backgrounds, how to do them. If you're keeping them neutral, just use, beige, brown, maybe light pastel-y colors. Like this is, it seems like kind of a neutral blue, this thing I have in the color selector right now. But, there you go.